Hello, my name is Melissa Emerson and I'm the fortunate principal here at Washington Middle School. I'm here to talk about student classroom and the remote schedule. So in our new schedule, students will report to school either on Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. The school day runs every day, including Fridays, from 8:30 to 3. It just might look a little bit different depending on whether you're in person or you're working remotely. When you have your in-person days, you will arrive to school no sooner than 8 o'clock, preferably right around 8:10 would be the best. Go to the door that you're assigned to enter and enter the building with learning, in-person learning, to begin at 8:30. In-person learning will end at 12:30 and you will be released out the same doors that you came in to go home and continue your learning for the remainder of the day. If you are a remote person and you're not an in-person, for example, all of us will be remote on Fridays. We're still in session from 8:30 to 3. What you're doing and what you're assigned to do may look different. For example, you might be Zooming with a teacher. You will have assignments that you have to complete. You may have pre-recorded lessons that go along with the assignments that you need to complete. Attendance is required every day. Again, if you're in person, attendance is easy. If you're not in person, then the teachers are working on ways, whether it be to check in with you by phone call every morning between 8:10 and 8:30, maybe having a Zoom homeroom so that those of you that are in attendance can even see the rest of your cohort that is not in attendance. But attendance has to be taken every day. And so whether you're in person or remote, we're going to have to check in with our homeroom teacher daily. Students in the afternoons, again, and on Friday, will have an agenda given to them by their teacher. So if I'm in person on Monday and on Tuesday I'm remote, I'm checking in with my homeroom teacher on Tuesday via remotely, and I'm getting an agenda. That agenda is going to tell me what my expectations are for that day. What do I have to do and what do I have to complete? This will be for all days that you're working remotely, including Fridays. So we check in Friday morning and we're given our agenda for the day. If you are in need of assistance, we're calling that kind of like office hours. So if you are in need of assistance, teachers will have a way for you to be able to reach them in the afternoons or possibly on remote days to help with any questions or concerns that you might have. And that will be determined collaboratively to avoid any conflicts in times. So for example, if you're meeting with your social studies teacher and your math teacher wants you at the same time, we'll make sure that that doesn't happen. For those students who have chose distance learning full-time, your schedule will be provided once you have a distance learning instructor. So all of your information will be coming from them. This is more pertaining to the students that are going to be coming into the hybrid model. I know that there are so many concerns out there. I know that safety is your number one priority and it's mine. But I also know that I need them here. I need your kids in school. If only for 2 days a week in person, it's better than what we went through in the spring. Kids need to be in school. We need to be in school. The halls need to be full and socially distanced, but we need you back. And we hope that this presentation will give you a little bit of peace of mind in the fact that we're working hard behind the scenes to get everyone back and keep everyone safe. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible.
Hello, middle school students. We've missed you so much since the spring. We know it's been really hard, and we appreciate all of you working with us as we come up with some reopening plans to get you back in the building, back in your classroom, and back to as normal as we can. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what lunches and exit procedures will look like this year. Students who attend in person on alternating days will be provided with 2 meals at dismissal, including a bagged lunch for the current day and a bagged breakfast for the following day. On each day that students attend remote learning, including on Friday, students may pick up 2 meals to include a bagged lunch for the day and a bagged breakfast for the following day. Meals must be picked up at each student's school of enrollment. All students who attend in person for the full day will be provided with lunch during the day and a bagged breakfast to take home and eat the next morning before arriving to school the next day. On Thursdays, students will receive 3 meals at dismissal, including breakfast and lunch for Friday and breakfast for Monday. Students who attend by remote only will be able to pick up meals on designated days and times that will be published on our school website. Meals must be picked up at each student's school of enrollment. Parents may pick up meals for enrolled children only, and documentation will be required. Dismissal at the end of the day for students who are in school will be staggered each day by classroom and based on flow of social distancing. Students will exit their assigned door, which is the same door they entered. The door assignments will also be sent in the mail with your cohort assignments. Masks will be worn at dismissal as students are exiting the building.
Hello everyone, I'm Mrs. Penhallow, and at Jamestown Public Schools, we are extremely excited to welcome everyone back to a safe and nurturing environment for this coming school year. Now, in order to do that, we do have certain systems in place if anyone does have symptoms of COVID-19. School nurses will have systems in place to screen students and staff who exhibit COVID-19 symptoms. Those individuals will be kept in a room separate from the nurse's office that is designated for isolation. If their symptoms require further evaluation, they will need to leave the building. If the school district is notified that a staff member or student has tested positive for COVID-19, the Director of Student Support Services will work with the Chautauqua County Health Department to ensure all protocols relative to contact tracing and quarantine are followed.
Restroom and drinking fountain procedures. The custodial staff will be making continuous rounds throughout the day to clean each restroom and high-touch areas. Grade levels will be assigned a restroom for use during the school day. Each pair of student restrooms will be assigned a staff monitor. The monitor will sign students in and out of the restroom to ensure proper tracing of individuals using the restroom, while also reminding students to wash their hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and water. Monitors will not allow more than 1 or 2 students to be in each restroom in order to ensure proper social distancing. Any additional students waiting to use the restrooms will be 6 feet apart in the hallway until they are able to enter the restroom. Restroom doors will be propped open to avoid contact with door handles. When students are traveling in the hallways to or from their classrooms, they will practice social distancing of 6 feet and are required to wear a mask at all times. Since access to drinking fountains will be limited, students will be required to bring their own water bottle to school with them each day. It is recommended that students take their water bottles home with them and refill them at home in order to avoid excessive use of drinking fountains in the building. In the event that a student needs to refill their water bottle while they are at school, the student will be able to use the drinking fountain for that purpose only. Students without water bottles will be provided a disposable cup to fill with water.
Social distancing and hand hygiene. Students will remain in their assigned classroom and teachers will rotate into that classroom for instruction. If students leave the classroom for any reason, they will keep 6 feet distance from each other, wearing masks in transition. Students will not use lockers to store their belongings. Backpacks are encouraged for students to carry their belongings to and from school. Students will be seated at individual desks with 6 feet distance between each desk. There will also be a minimum of 6 feet between the first row of student desks and the area in front of the room where the teacher will be teaching. At each entrance to the building, hand sanitizing stations will be made available for students and staff and guests to use to sanitize their hands upon entering the building or throughout the day. Each student bathroom will have soap dispensers for use. Students must wash their hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and water. Restroom and classroom doors will be propped open to avoid contact with door handles. Signs promoting hand hygiene will be located around the building.
Student cohorts. The cohort model allows for a smaller student-teacher ratio, with no more than 15 students per cohort, offering more personalized attention for students. The student's homeroom teacher will be the primary contact for parents. In addition, the homeroom teacher will serve as an advisor for that particular group of students, should any academic or other needs arise. In 5th and 6th grade, students will stay with their homeroom teacher the majority of their day. In 7th and 8th grade, students will be assigned to teams, meaning the cohort groups will have the same group of teachers. Teachers will have set times for students during the afternoon and on Fridays for remote learning. This time can be used for teachers to answer questions, provide feedback, and reteach lessons. In addition, teaching staff will spend additional time in person and remotely reviewing various instructional approaches associated with remote learning so that students and families are better prepared.
Hello, middle school parents and students. I'm Mike McElrath, principal at Purcell Middle School. Just a couple reminders about when you come in before school and as you enter the building. When you get here, the doors will open at 8:10 and you can report to homeroom. But before doing so, you'll notice there's a couple things out here. You've got some 6-foot distancing markers. So each grade level will have their own entrance to come into the building. And while you're out here, you of course will be required to wear your face mask. And then as you enter the building, coming this way, you will have a quick temperature shot to your forehead. I can see I'm normal right now, so I've been approved to enter the building. I make sure my mask is still on, and I come inside, so follow me. As you come inside, you'll be directed right here to the hand sanitizing station, where it's very easy. Put my hand under there, I get my sanitizer, I clean my hands, and then it's off to homeroom. So we look forward to seeing everybody in a couple weeks. Take care.
Hello, middle school students and families. My name is Tracy Thompson, and I'm the assistant principal here at Purcell Middle School. In the middle school hybrid model, where students attend on alternating days, the desks and chairs will be cleaned on a daily basis after student dismissal. The custodial staff will be required to make continuous cleaning rounds throughout the day. The high-touch areas will also be disinfected. A cleaning log will be posted showing the date and time of the cleaning and disinfecting.
Masks are on. The teacher says it's time to take a mask break. Masks are off. The mask break should be frequent and short, less than 5 minutes if possible, and then every student will be instructed to put the mask back on. Now, let's talk about other areas. If you're eating or drinking, you're not going to need a mask, but you may need the mask in order to get your food. When you're coming into the school or exiting the school and at the bus stop is when you need your mask on. If you're in a group setting, such as staff around a table, you're all going to want to wear a mask because you're within that 6-foot distance for more than 10 minutes.